You are watching WPTV, award-winning college television.
Welcome back to the desk. The William Patterson softball team is on the cusp of starting their season, and here to break down what's going on at Pioneer Softball Field is Matt Goldman, Matt Jinks, Michael Milligan, and AJ Tierney. It's a fresh season for the softball team, and they can start looking at what's ahead. Goalie, bring us through their season last year.
Yeah, last season was not the season they hoped or expected for. They batted .261 with 4 home runs, an OPS of .645, and struck out 161 times. Not the best batting in the world. Bringing it to the pitching now. They pitched just under 200 innings with under a 6 ERA with a 5.69, 70 strikeouts, and a whip just under 2 with a 190.
Yeah, last season was not the best season, but they have a clean slate. Now's the time to do it. But Michael, I'll bring it over to you. What can the Pioneers do differently this season to get themselves back in the win column?
So they definitely, for sure, I think should be keeping to the basics. They didn't really do that last year, and it led to a really ignominious season, let's just say, for lack of a better word. So base hits right now is what they really need to be focusing on. That's a lot of things they struggled with last year, being too aggressive at the at bats. They weren't extending their time at the plate, so it was very, very easy. 1-2 pitches, just popping it up in the air and getting out. So I think they got to really just keep to the basics and just let just take some time with it.
I love your word choice there.
I try.
Jinx, I'll move it over to you.
I think they got locked down on the mound. Last season, they had a team ERA of 5.69 with a whip of 190. I think they got to allow less hitters on base, and in general, they got to find a way to strike out hitters more because they're just giving away free bases with the little strikeouts they have.
AJ?
I got to say, they got to work more as a team. I mean, they got to build each other's strengths. They got to keep the communication flowing good. And like Milligan said, they just got to work together and build on each other's strengths.
Goldie, what does the team need to do differently to get themselves back in the win column?
I would say that they utilize more arms. They only returned 3 full-time pitchers, Lila Guthrie, Kylie Anthony, and they returned Lindsay Acker as well. They bring in a freshman who threw a no-hitter in high school, and Stephanie Saravallo. I mean, the more the merrier if you want more than 5 wins this season.
Yeah, this season, the Pioneers have a total of 9 players incoming to wear the black and orange threads. Goldie, who is a returning player that who can steer the ship in the right direction?
I'm going to go Lila Guthrie. How about a player who can do both? Second highest average on the team last year with 316, led the team in hits, led the team in home runs, 4.89 ERA. It's the highest out of the rotation, led in every major pitching category. The best fielding percentage, she's going to be a leader for the squad. It's a young team. How about she be the leader as a junior?
Michael, who can steer the ship?
I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be Lauren Hutchison. I think, right now, she didn't get too much, too much productivity last season, but you know what? She still averaged 189 and an OPS of .457. So I think right now that, she'll be helping out a lot more, especially with a lot of the seniors who graduated, as she is, a utility player and she can play pretty much anywhere. And it's her senior year. I think she's going to be able to really get this team going in the right direction.
Jinxie, who do you got?
I got Courtney Schwark. She's a senior this year. It's time for her to step up as a leader. I think her biggest strength is her ability to put the ball in play. She only had 4 strikeouts and 51 at-bats. You can always count on her to make the defense work and be able to make some magic happen.
Yeah, it's her senior season, so she can, take that next step up and be a leader for this team. AJ, I'll go to you.
I got Lindsay Aker, another senior on this team, can definitely mentor the younger players. Had 11 starts, 17 pitching/strikeouts, and 3 RBIs. So she could definitely steer this team in the right direction and mentor the younger players.
Yeah. Coach Kathy Hill was named head coach on January 14th. AJ, I'll go to you. What can Coach Kathy Hill do to bring this program back into the winning ways?
Got to build a softball family. They have a lot of young players on this team. They can definitely do it. Build the chemistry. Look for the future. Get the older to mentor the younger players, and that's what I think they need to do for this team.
Goldie?
I'm going to say you got to implement new players. 5 freshmen, 4 new transfers. Brandy Shorewood batted .560 at Bergen Community College. That's insane. Zoe Hagan went yard 4 times last year. Gabby Vasquez played the Division II level last season. I mean, newcomers, Stephanie Saravallo was mentioned, through a new hitter. Allie Stein led New Jersey in doubles as a sophomore in high school. New coach bringing her players leads to instant success.
Yeah, Michael, I'll go to you here.
I think one thing that really got focused on is knowing when to relieve pitchers and doing that effectively. Because, a lot of times last year, I understand building confidence in a young pitcher is important, but they would get oftentimes put in there for too long, too many runs, too many base hits, too many scoring scenarios every single inning. So I think it was a little bit too much lenience on that side, and they really got to, Coach Hill has to really, hunker down, be like, hey, I think that, take some out and, put them back in.
Yeah, Jinxie, quickly.
I think you got to develop new pitchers, a lot of incoming recruits, got to give the team more pitching depth, and it will overall produce more quality starts, and it will tighten the bullpen.
Yeah. This Saturday, the Pioneers open their season against FDU-Florham. Michael, bring us through their season stats.
So let's look right now. The Pioneers are a .261 batting average, while also the Devils are going .324. When it goes to runs, 2.84 for the Pioneers and 5.03 for the Devils. After that, you're going to go just over 5 for the ERA for the Pioneers and just under 6 ERA for the Devils. And then we get to the WHIP right now, just under 2 for the William Patterson Pioneers. And of course for the Devils, just over 2 with 2.26 on the WHIP. So yeah, right now it just looks like, if you're comparing last year, William Patterson has a little bit of a hill to climb to get back into this.
Yep, it's always a fresh start. They can do it. Tomorrow's the day to do it. And but Jinx, I'll go to you. What's the recipe for them to beat the Devils?
I think they got to capitalize on FDU's mistakes, any walks, errors. You can't give them second chances. If they throw a bad pitch, make sure you put it in play, make the defense work. And you can't strand runners. You got to be able to get those runners home. It's all the little things that add up in softball.
Yeah. What do you got, AJ?
I got to say, play with dime. Be strong at bat, get on base, practice how you play, and keep the Pioneer spirit alive.
Goalie, how can they take down the Devils?
They just need to get on base. It's plain and simple. It was a problem last season. They had a .307 on-base percentage. Their average was .261, OPS .645. 3 returners batted above 200. You scored less runs, 3 less runs. I mean, more runners on base, higher shot of winning, plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on base, good things are going to happen. You can score efficiently, but Michael, I'll go to you here.
Yeah, I think it definitely has to be playing mistake-free softball. Last year, they had 63 errors over 32 games. It's just under 2 errors per game, and that's something that really needs to be, worked out on, and rather in practice, wherever it may be, because it can really mess up a game, leading to some unearned runs, essentially, and really mess up a team.
Yeah, limiting those mistakes is key in order to get themselves the win. That is going to wrap it up, but we wish the softball team tons of luck as they open up their 2025 season tomorrow right here on campus at Pioneer Softball Field. As always, don't forget to follow us at SportsDeskWP for updates and more. Thank you to the cast and crew, and a big shout out to our wonderful studio manager, Al Clark, from Studio B in Hamilton Hall, and from everyone here at the desk. I'm Tyler Cooper saying so long. See you on March 13th right here on WPTV.